All right.
We're live.
We're live. We're live. What do I do with my hands?
Yeah.
Hey, we are broadcasting. We got a few people coming in here a little bit, but just, this is something that we record. Welcome to our monthly conversation with the winemaker. Here we got my brother, David. He's the handsome twin and our winemaker. Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Welcome, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks for watching this video afterwards, if you're receiving it via email. Thank you, even more importantly, for subscribing. Our mission with Fellow Wines of Clarksburg is to share Clarksburg with the world, and we do that in a pretty unique way. Everybody's heard of wine clubs typically, but we do a wine subscription, and that means every month we send a subscription out. You get to choose your wines. You choose a 3-bottle membership, a 6-bottle membership.
I promise they're all good.
They're all great. In fact, I'll move back. If we move over here, we got all of them displayed right here, except in our Sauvignon Blanc, which we're going to highlight tonight here. So tonight we're going to talk about the Sauvignon Blanc, but some of you have actually, I know plenty of you have ordered our Sauvignon Blanc through the subscription, and you guys get to choose your subscription. We send it to you every month. You get to change your subscription every month. So you have all these varieties. You have all these options.
8 different ones to choose from.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to do the math in my head, but I know this almost endless possibilities. Right. And then I know we even have on our website, I don't know if you know this, you have something, one of the drop-down boxes is surprise me.
Oh,
and
right, yeah.
So then we get to choose for you. And so that's a chance for David to be like, this is mine.
Like
my
this
favorite.
Person's name, what does that signify? What would they like?
Ooh, yes. So tonight we're highlighting the Sauvignon Blanc, but we have 8 varietals. We've got the Cabernet, the Cab Franc, the Petit Syrah. Of course, you've got to have Petit Syrah when you're highlighting Clarksburg. And then on the whites, we have the Chenin Blanc, the Sauvignon Blanc, as I mentioned, a Gewürztraminer that is just
really good.
Delightful. And then what am I missing? Chardonnay, of course. And I missed a red. Which red did I miss? Did I say Pinot Noir?
I don't think Great Pinot.
So thank you for being a subscriber. If you've received this video in your email, you've received it because you're a subscriber. We aren't going to do this for everybody. And so for subscribers, every month you get invited to participate in this discussion with the winemaker, conversation with the winemaker. So with that.
Yeah, thanks for subscribing, everyone. And when you subscribe, you're just helping us share Clarksburg. And you're not just purchasing it from the grocery store or some large online retailer. You're purchasing it from us, the farmers.
Yeah. The
farmer, the winemaker, the retailer. We do it all. And so we really appreciate your subscription and helping us share Clarksburg.
Yeah. And we got a few a few attendees jumping in. I see Ethan and Lisa. Good to see you. Thanks for being a subscriber. Appreciate it so much. If you want to ask questions, the best way to do that is in the chat box. Ethan found the chat box. And he says, hey, guys, thanks for being awesome. No, you're awesome.
Dude, you're awesome, Ethan. You're awesome.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
So ask us questions about the wine. If you also, I'd love to know what you're drinking tonight. And it's okay if it's not wine. All right. This is, we got to plan ahead a little bit.
Maybe you got a subscription and you drank it all already. And you thought, well, I might as well watch this and know what I should order next time.
That's exactly it. And so every time we do the conversation with a winemaker, we're going to highlight one of the wines. And that way we are able to help educate our consumers and our subscribers on, what the different wines are. And then we actually save these videos. We put them on our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to view those later. And so let's say tonight we're highlighting the Sauvignon Blanc, and you subscribe, and you order a Sauvignon Blanc, and you say, hey friends, I've got this Sauvignon Blanc from Fellow. I want to show you the winemaker's comments on the Sauvignon Blanc. And, we'll keep these videos pretty short, right around 15 minutes, and longer if you guys ask a lot of questions. But so let's start off. I kind of feed David the questions because he's the brilliant winemaker here. But I do want to learn more about, let's start off with Sauvignon Blanc in Clarksburg in general.
Yeah, so Clarksburg, for those of you who don't know, we've been growing wine grapes here since the 60s. And our grandfather, who lives right over here, Or used to anyway. Grandma still lives there, but he started planting Sauvignon Blanc in the late 70s, I believe, late 70s, early 80s. And we've had some long relationships as growers, growing Sauvignon Blanc for many high-end wineries in Sonoma. And we are, at that stage now where we just say, hey, let's do it on our own and show everyone what Clarksburg can do with our own Sauvignon Blanc. So this block where this came from is block 42A, and it's right outside Grandma and Grandpa's house. And it's about 20 years old at this point, 22 years old. Mm-hmm. And just has been a wonderful block growing, just always producing great Sauvignon Blanc characters. Sauvignon Blanc I love to grow and make wine with because it really changes in style the way, depending on how the grower tends to the vine. So if we want a really green style Sauvignon Blanc, say like a New Zealand style Sauvignon Blanc, I can really not do any leaf pulling and really keep that canopy closed and prevent those pyrazines from breaking down. That greenness comes from pyrazines, and they break down with sunlight.
Can I ask a question? What does greenness mean as a flavor?
So
what does green taste like?
Those green flavors are like fresh cut grass, even bell pepper or jalapeno even. Some of those Sauvignon Blancs from New Zealand can get that really green jalapeno character. And now if I don't want...
What's that one?
Yeah,
I can't remember what that's called.
Yeah.
That flavor.
Fig. But if I want to do something more tropical, I can open up the canopy, do a lot of leaf pulling, and that lets a lot of sunlight in. And that sunlight breaks down those green pyrazines, and you get a much more tropical note in your Sauvignon Blanc. So what I did for this vintage, for this Sauvignon Blanc for Fellow, is I went somewhere in between. I did a little bit of leaf pulling, but I wanted to get some sunlight in there. And now what you have is a wine that really displays kind of this grassy note, but really is backed up by a lot of fig, lemon, almost like a key lime pie kind of thing. But it's got great acidity. And that's another thing about Clarksburg is that we can produce these white wines that still have just great acidity while getting those full flavored tropical notes as well. So if you order our wines, all of our wines, including the Sauvignon Blanc, will come with a tasting card, and it has a bunch of little notes, kind of what I described, and has your pH and TA, titratable acidity, and your pH of the wine, just kind of showing how much acid is in the wine, and it really comes through with this wine.
What does that acid do for a wine? As far as like, why would we want that acid in the wines?
Well, I really like acidity on a white wine, or any wine for that matter, because it helps on the finish of the wine. It makes me want to come back for more. It's helps bring this crispness, this cleanness on the finish. And without that acidity, it'll be kind of this I'm not going to say bland, but it'll be such a soft palate on the wine that you kind of, maybe you're going to move to something else.
Is that when I hear people say it's flabby?
Yeah, maybe it's flabby. If a wine is flabby, it has low acidity. So, and that acid is great for helping the wine age too. If the wine doesn't have good acidity, then it won't age very well. You can think of the flabbiness of the wine just getting worse and worse over time. And that as the wine ages, the acidity will soften a bit. So if you start out with good acidity, then you will be able to age that wine longer. And the other reason I love to have good acid in our wines is because it helps with food pairing. If you don't have a lot of acidity, it's kind of can be difficult to pair wines with food. And I love our Sauvignon Blanc for its acidity. And I just love to pair this Sauvignon Blanc with just cheeses, hard cheeses. You know, think of like a manchego, a Spanish manchego.
That's like Dad's favorite, right?
I don't know what his favorite is, but I think he likes the Stilton, which this would go fine with Stilton, I guess. But I like hard cheeses like a manchego with this, and then even like an aged Irish cheddar that has those little crystals in it. Those little tasty crystals.
Oh.
Those are so good.
Oh my gosh.
And
The
when you have a
nuggets,
full-bodied
tasty
white,
nuggets.
yeah, when you have a full-bodied white, it will really pair well with those harder cheeses that tend to have a lot of flavor as well. But then with that acidity, it just kind of creates this kind of umami texture in your mouth. It just makes you want to keep drinking and eating cheese.
Hey, just questions for you all, and you can mention these in the comments when this video is posted online, or you can, if you're watching right now, you can ask. Have you enjoyed Sauvignon Blanc before? What are some of the Sauvignon Blancs that you've enjoyed? Have you had a Clarksburg Sauvignon Blanc? Love to hear from you guys, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this wine. So when this video is posted, you can put your comments, and as you've enjoyed this wine, and come back and you can write your own tasting notes and compare your tasting notes with the man right here, David. Any other things to talk about? I mean, we talked about aging a little bit with the acidity. Would you age a Sauvignon Blanc?
You can, for sure. There's a lot of French Sauvignon Blancs. Think of Sancerre region where you can have an aged Sauvignon Blanc in barrel. Wines or Sauvignon Blanc is very versatile. So you can. There's a style of Sauvignon Blanc that's made in an oaked or in a barrel, and a toasted barrel at that. And that toasted barrel brings out these smoky characters and maybe even a buttery note, a nutty character, like a Chardonnay. So when you treat Sauvignon Blanc like a Chardonnay, it's totally a different wine.
Is that the Fumé Blanc?
And that is called a Fumé Blanc. And Fumé means smoke, smoky. And that was originally started by Robert Mondavi.
Sorry, I stole your thunder there. But
right.
I felt really good about it. I felt like I knew something. I knew something. Hey, I gotta give a shout out to Lisa. Cool comment. She says, "We have your reds and drinking your Cab Franc." That's great.
Yeah,
maybe we should do that.
Do a red next.
Yeah, we should. And it's gonna be cooler in November or October.
Yeah, October.
But am loving the depth of your family lineage, but also your artistry, knowledge, skill, and creativity.
Thanks, cool. Lisa. Cheers to you.
That's all.
I appreciate that.
I think David has done such a great job. He is an artist. He's left-handed.
Hey, lefties.
Lefties. Cheers.
A lot of presidents are lefties too.
I didn't know that. Yeah, he is a smart twin too. Handsome and smart.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, he is an artist, and his creativity is awesome. And he does, David's style. If I could talk about you, make him all blush and all. His style is very much for all of the wines we create. They tend to be dry. They're on the dry side. We have even our Gewürztraminer is a drier Gewürztraminer. Try that one. Very floral. That magnolia petal, and I just love that Gewürztraminer. I just had it recently. But his style is always drier and good acid, all that. So that you can enjoy it with food and all. So I think the Cab, Lisa, we're going to do that Cab Franc next time. So, or actually, let's throw it out here to our viewers and anybody that's posts on the video once we post it on YouTube. What do you guys want to hear? Like, what do you want us to talk about? And because all these wines are great.
Well, I think since Lisa gave us a good comment and complimented us, we should do Cab Franc for Lisa. And we'll mention Lisa next month.
Lisa, make sure you tune in because we're going to talk about your Cab Franc. All right. And maybe, we're getting a little long here. Maybe in closing, since Lisa brought up the history, I will do a quick shout out on the history of who we are. But we're fourth generation farmers. David is the farmer. I am the fashion forward businessman. And so I'm like the most fashion forward farmer that anybody will ever meet. But the fellow brand is there to highlight Clarksburg and to help people share Clarksburg with the world, because we love Clarksburg. We grew up here. Our roots are here. And unfortunately, so many people don't even know that Clarksburg exists, but they've been drinking Clarksburg wines. Isn't that crazy? And so our family, we grow 1,200 acres of vineyard. 1,200. That's a lot of wine. That makes about like 700,000 cases of wine. I mean,
we don't make that many cases.
We don't make that many. We sell all that fruit to other wineries that turn around and put those into into other labels, and they don't even mention Clarksburg. And some people do. Venom, Dry Creek, who else? I mean, a lot of the smaller guys.
A lot of the smaller guys we sell to.
Yeah. And they'll recognize, they'll put the family name. Our family name is Wilson, and they'll put that on the label. But most of the time, the terroir of Clarksburg is not truly appreciated. And we even had one winemaker tell us the reason people love California wines is because Clarksburg fruit is in that bottle. And Clarksburg does a great job producing quality wines. And so we want to make sure that we share Clarksburg with the world, that people know that we exist. And so we want to thank you for subscribing and participating, being a fellow. You are not just buying our wines. You're not just buying wines from the farmer, the winemaker, and the retailer, which that's super cool. But you're actually participating in our mission to share Clarksburg with the world. So cheers to you. We thank you very much. And anything you do to help us participate in our mission and help us find some more fellows, right? Help us find more subscribers. And so share this video when it's posted, invite others to join you. And we'd love to see you again. Oh, we got another question. Lisa, man, I was just like nailing that closing, but let's go to that question here. Lisa says, speak about
with Napa, Sonoma, and Paso marketing.
That's an interesting question.
Interesting question. How we deal with it.
Lisa's husband. Well, Lisa's husband, what is your name?
Oh, there's actually Lisa's husband who's an out-of-control home brewer.
Ooh,
awesome. Okay.
Dave, you just opened up. All right, we don't have time for this. Hold on.
We don't have time for this, Lisa's husband, but I actually was a home brewing fiend a number of years ago, and actually I'm a master certificate brewer from UC Davis Extension, and used to work for one large brewery. And that's.
Can I mention that large brewery? Can I?
Sure, why not?
Can I? Yeah.
Hashtag Anheuser-Busch.
David climbed the ladder of Anheuser-Busch, and when he came back to the family vineyards, they looked at David and like, "Are you kidding me? No. Like, do you realize the plans we have for you?" And
I love it. He's crashing his Saison right now.
Ooh,
at Anheuser-Busch, when I got there as a low-level manager, quick story, they had a homebrew competition through the whole company, and I won the whole competition with the Saison.
Oh, cheers. Saison.
And use champagne yeast to dry it out. Try that.
Oh, all right. There we go.
We better end this.
We got to end this, but Lisa's husband, that we don't know your name, cheers to you. Thanks for asking great questions. As far as, we didn't really answer the question about Napa, Sonoma, and Paso marketing. I don't really know how to answer. I don't know how to answer that. But
I'll say the secret is that Napa and Sonoma and Paso don't want to tell everyone is that they buy a lot of fruit from Clarksburg.
Yeah. That's on video. That's going to be live.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they do. It's the truth. We sell a lot of our fruit to those regions. So, hey, great time with you guys tonight. Thank you for joining us. Do us a favor and let people know you're a fellow now. You're a subscriber. You're part of the team. And so we ask you to help us share Clarksburg with the world. And the way you can do that is tell your friends about it. Share this video. Share our page.
Start a movement.
Let's start a movement of sharing Clarksburg with the world.
Clarksburg.
So, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you guys for joining us.